All right. I don't remember the Pokemon.
Zorua.
Zorua. Zorua. 3, 2, 1. Go Nintendo Podcast, Webisode 570, the Zorua Podcast.
Zorua is a slate gray fox-like Pokemon with red and black accents.
Bray, can you tell us about Zorua, please?
Tell us about Durozoruro.
It's a slate gray fox-like Pokemon with red and black accents. Its ears are triangular with dark insides, and it has a large tuft of fur tipped with red on top of its head. It has greenish blue eyes with red eyelids. So help me God, red eyelids. There are circular red markings above the eyes that resemble eyebrows. Its muzzle is short and tapered with 2 small fangs seen in the upper jaw when its mouth is open. Zorua possesses a ruff of black fur around its neck and 4 short limbs tipped with red. Its tail is short and bushy. Zingamburga can change its physical appearance.
Long tail.
Though this transformation is merely an illusion as it keeps its own type and moves.
Illusion.
Seems to keep its true form hidden to ensure its safety and takes on the appearance of other Pokemon to frighten off enemies. Sometimes it will take the form of a silent child.
Well, that's not weird at all.
I would like it if all children took the form of silent children. Just kidding. As evident in its movie debut, whenever a zombie takes on a human form, its tail remains. When the tail is touched or grabbed, it reverts to its true form instantly. It's mischievous and loves to surprise others. And Zoroark are the only Pokemon capable of learning Night Daze.
Night Daze?
Daze, I think.
Night Daze.
D-A-Z-E.
Okay.
Like Daze.
Okay. I was going to say that's an oxymoron.
Vape It's number 570. It's a dark type Pokemon. You are way more likely to find a male.
Dork type.
87.5% male to males.
Male to males.
And 12
male to male ratio is 100%.
12.5% female. They're just over 2 feet tall and they weigh 27.6 pounds on average.
There we go. Thanks, Mom Brain.
You're welcome.
Thanks for telling us about
I'm going to restart my computer and then I'll come hang out in the...
Well, you know, this is a special show because it's... I didn't know when we were going to record it. I just knew today, so there wasn't really any heads up for people. So don't feel like you have to go in there, but if you want to, you can. So yeah, as Kirby was saying before the podcast started, it's no big surprise as to what we'll be talking about most of today. We'll be talking about Pokemon Go. Mom Brain, do you have Pokemon Go on your phone?
I sure do.
Kirby, do you have it on your phone?
No, I downloaded it and then I downloaded it and then I was I couldn't get past the part where I had to come up with a screen name and a password and give all my info out again. I'm like, I'm so tired of doing this. If I have to do this one more time, my brain's gonna.
Well, now they've updated it, so that issue is no longer there.
I'm not even talking about.
Oh, just having to come up with something?
Yeah, just having to do it. I'm like so sick of having to do that. I just didn't have the energy.
Well, you could use your Gmail login. You don't have to.
Yeah, I can't remember it.
Well, then I'm sorry you're not. I'm sorry you're not with the millions of us because we're having lots of fun. But yes, Pokemon Go is the big thing.
There probably aren't any Pokemon around my place anyway.
There's none here either.
Yeah.
I literally caught one on this street, and there's 2 Pokestops here.
I'm taking it to the trail on a
church.
run.
I was in the car, so
okay.
The church and the firehouse Pokestops right on this street.
I know when I run, I'm gonna catch them all.
So Pokemon Go is out. Everybody's playing it. Everybody's going nuts over it. All kinds of crazy things are happening. It's not just like a hit with Nintendo fans or video gamers in general.
People who have never played a Pokemon game or a video game in their lives.
Yep, it's a cultural phenomenon. It's #1 almost everywhere it's been released. The only place I haven't heard where it's not. The only place I've heard where it's not #1 is Portugal, but that may have changed. But But yeah, number
What do
one
the Portuguese
downloads.
have against Pokemon?
I don't know. Number one top grossing. It's insane. It's absolute insanity. I can't ever remember there being a mobile game this popular. I mean, Angry Birds was certainly popular, but it was much more of a slow build. This was like, boom, we're at a week and a half, and it's insanity.
And, I mean, there maybe Flappy Bird. For a while.
Oh, that's true. Flappy Bird, not as popular, but definitely.
Well, I mean, none of them are even anywhere near like these numbers.
Yeah, and the retention for Pokemon Go players is insane. It's not like, you know, people play one day and that's it. They're in there every day for very long periods of time.
All
Plus,
day, every day.
It's great because people are going outside and getting exercise and going out and seeing things they normally wouldn't. So there's some really great aspects to it too. Obviously, there's some bad aspects, but they're not really the fault of the game. They're the fault of the player. Because as the game reminds you, be aware of your surroundings. And some people are not aware of their surroundings. They get too caught up in Pokemon Go, which is why we've seen car accidents and people literally walking off cliffs. And what else? Well, with car accidents, it was someone crashing their car as well as someone getting hit by a car because they weren't looking. Well, yeah, you know, people are going to be like, oh, it's the game. Blame the game. It's not the game. It's the people playing the game.
The problem is, yeah, there's just too many people involved for things like this to not happen.
Yeah, exactly. The amount of people that have the game and are playing it is absolutely nuts. And it just keeps growing every day. And so does Nintendo stock. They're at a 6-year high right now, and it just keeps going up because the game keeps launching other places around the world.
Yeah, they should have just put this game out instead of releasing the Wii U.
That's right.
Yeah.
Duke,
money trouble solved.
Duke says Pokemon Go is great. Even my mom is playing it. I should say hello to Duke and Vash and Twisted N and Roth and Link Triforce and whoever else is in there that I didn't say. Yeah, my aunt knows very little about Pokemon. She plays Pokemon. She still to this day plays Pokemon Pinball just because she loves pinball. But she doesn't know. Yeah, she doesn't know anything about Pokemon other than what's in that game. But even she was like, I should get Pokemon Go on my phone. And she did, and she's been playing it. So we came back from North Carolina. We were in our
like an hour ago. We came home.
North Carolina. And the game hit while we were out there. And it was insanity.
We went to Stackham High, our first day there for breakfast, Saturday morning.
Yeah, it's like a pancake place.
And
popular one.
Raw Meat was battling for leadership of the gym. So, and we there were like what, 6 of us at breakfast, and 5 of us walked out while Raw Meat sat in there finishing his battle.
I was so yeah, when we pulled up to the place, I was incredibly lucky. The gym wasn't taken, so I claimed it for myself. And then while we were eating, I was battling other people, or I should say my Pokemon was battling other people for me. And they were taking the gym back, and then I was taking it back from them, blah, blah, blah. But when I was in the restaurant, I could literally look around me and see other people playing it. Lots of other people playing. But down there, that whole strip on the Outer Banks is like a fantastic spot for Pokestops and Pokemon gyms. It's just loaded from beginning to end. So there's plenty of stuff to get.
Yeah, I actually know very little about the game. I didn't even realize you could like battle other players.
Well, let me fill you in.
The only thing I knew about was like the collecting.
Bacon Bits, thank you for asking. My mom is, what did you say? She's doing okay?
I answered.
Ever since,
Did you?
What?
Yeah, she's doing great. Much better.
Well, it's you know, not tip-top shape, but she's getting there. He's asking because my mom ended up going to the hospital while she was down there, which is her usual tradition now.
Last year might have been the first year she didn't go.
Yeah,
did she go last year?
So she ended up going to the hospital, and I think they said it was something viral that was going. I don't know what the official.
Yeah,
thing
it was
is,
like a stomach virus.
It wiped her out. You're gonna singe your whiskers there, dude. All right, so Pokemon Go. This is what you do. So obviously you collect Pokemon. There will be Pokemon in your area. You're right there. You're looking for like rustling grass or leaves, whatever you call it. And that means there's a Pokemon in the area. And then, you know, it transitions to the real life camera and you throw the Pokeball, you catch it, whatever. Then there's Pokestops because you don't have a unlimited amount of Pokeballs.
Oh,
and Pokestops are like real world locations, like I said, like the firehouse and the church here are Pokestops. and you touch them on the map, and it shows you like a real life picture of them in like a circle, and you spin the circle, and it poops out things for free, like Pokeballs and revive potions and stuff like that. And those reset every 5 minutes. And then there's also gyms. Like, what local gyms did I see? Not, real gyms, just real life locations that were Pokemon gyms. What did I see around here?
Here?
Yeah, that was a gym. Oh, the big church up on the hill. Where they have the fair all the time.
Oh yeah.
Immaculate Conception.
That was a gym. Somebody had taken over that as a gym. So with a gym, you go and touch on those, and it tells you who is the owner of the Pokemon that's controlling the gym right now, and you can go in and fight it with your Pokemon.
The Blessed Virgin Mary.
But depending
gym leader.
But depending on what level they are, you have to fight them multiple times to actually take the gym for yourself. So you have to bring them down levels. And then you catch Pokemon, you evolve them, you power them up, stuff like that. Powering up takes candy, and you get candy from capturing the same types of Pokemon. So if you're like trying to power up a Zubat, you want to catch more Zubats to get the right type of candy to power them up.
And there's apparently 3 different teams you can join.
Yes, once you hit level, so you can't fight in gyms until level 5.
Okay.
And once you hit level 5, you have your 3 teams to pick from. There's Team Valor, Team Mystic, and is it Team Instinct or Insight?
I think it's Instinct. That's who I joined.
And you meet each of the leaders of those teams, and they give you a little blurb on why you should join them. I'm Team Valor, and most people, it seems, are Team Valor or Mystic.
Which is why I chose Instinct.
What are the perks of joining one team over the other?
I don't know if there's actual perks right now, but like
they just have different logos.
They have different logos. Plus, when you take over the gym, you take it over for that team. So when you're driving by, you'll see, oh, Team Valor has that one or whatever.
Okay.
But also, like the leaders of the gyms are like Valor. I think Valor was like we respect Pokemon and we think they're more powerful than humans, and we really want to bring that out of them. And
so what was like PETA?
What was Instinct?
Like I work together with my Pokemon in harmony or something like that.
Whatever. But yes, obviously big fights are coming about over which teams.
Yeah, like
who's
actual like
team.
real world fights.
Yes. Yeah, JC Me says just bragging rights for taking over a town. So like this town's Team Valor. Get out, Mystic. So yeah, down there was nuts. It was the perfect place. There were Pokestops all over the place. There were Pokemon to get all over the place. Our cousins were often keeping tabs on their Pokemon Go app, and they were like, "Oh my God, there's something down on the beach. We got to go down on the beach." They went down at like 1 a.m. one night down to the beach to catch a Pokemon. Yeah, it's just fun. There's definitely some elements of it that could be cleaned up a bit or made more easy to understand, but we're just at the beginning of the launch and more things are coming. But I'm having a blast with it. I really like it. Plus, like I said, it gets people outside and moving, and you get to learn about stuff that's around you. Like you get little blurbs about, like, the Lebanon sign up here is a Pokestop, and you get to read a little bit more about that. It gives you a blurb, like the historical blurb and stuff like that. So there's just cool little touches. I can see why it's taken off. Nostalgia, and then also because it's popular, other people are checking it out. Plus, it's just cool to interact with the real world in this way, and meeting up with other people that are doing the same thing. That's a lot of fun.
Haha! Bacon Bit says it's raining. I'm glad it's raining because I just left.
So. It's a blast. I've been having a lot of fun with it. I played it every day since I got it.
What did we catch at Scoops? We were out for ice cream, and it was Nintendo and her husband and Raw Meat and me, and we're all waiting in line for our ice cream, like catching Pokemon, knocking kids out of the way.
What did I catch there? I don't remember. But yeah, we were walking by. So there's this one shopping plaza. We were walking by all different places, and any place that's a food place has someone outside offering free samples. And we walked by this one girl, and she was like, "Pokemon Go?" And I was like, "Yeah, we're playing," because we had our phones out. And she goes, are you battling a gym?" And one of us was, and he didn't answer her. And I said, "Yes, he's in the middle of a gym battle. It's very serious." And she said, "Good luck." But yeah, all kinds of businesses are getting in on it. They're putting out Pokemon lures. lures in the game will attract Pokemon, but you have to actually buy them. So businesses are doing that, like buying lures and putting them out to bring in customers.
Speaking
sorry, go ahead.
of businesses and Pokemon Go, I use like freaking religiously. I use the Dunkin' Donuts app. It's great if you don't use it. We are in no way sponsored by Dunkin' Donuts, by the way. And I got an email today from them that says, a wild offer appears is the subject. And then it says, catch 50 bonus points this weekend. When you're training all day, a few stops can make you go, in capital letters, much farther. That's why we're offering Dunkin' Donuts Perks members 50 bonus points when they visit 3 times and make a purchase using an enrolled Dunkin' Donuts card this weekend. Which I thought was interesting.
Oh my god! And the name of your website is GoNintendo.
Oh my god!
Do you think like traffic like doubled in the past
well,
week?
Traffic has definitely increased. I don't know if it's because of the Go or just because Pokemon Go or whatever. But yes, it's been nuts, which was unfortunate because it was my vacation week. I was hoping for it to be calmer, but it was super busy.
Yeah, he's like, the whole family was like, "Are you coming out?" And he's like, "Nope, thanks to Pokemon Go, I've got to stay inside."
T-Mobile is offering their customers a year of free Pokemon Go data. So anytime you use Pokemon Go, it doesn't count towards your data limit.
Did the presidential candidates make some kind of
Both.
reference to the game? Okay.
Hillary Clinton mentioned Pokemon Go, and she's holding a rally in Ohio this weekend, I think. That is a gotta catch 'em all event. So she's going to be there talking. They're putting out lures to bring in Pokemon. So just, Hillary supporters will be there, plus people just looking to catch Pokemon.
Oh, yeah.
So she'll be speaking, and then on top of that, you'll be able to register to vote there too. So she mentioned Pokemon Go.
If you've got the time.
Yeah, if you're not too busy catching Pokemon. So yeah, that's an event she's doing. Plus, Trump put out an attack ad against Hillary where he's like catching Hillary in a Pokeball, and it lists her bad qualities. I mean, between both of them are obvious, shills hopping on the popularity of Pokemon Go to get people to follow them. But between the two, Trump's was a little crappy. It was obviously thrown together very quickly. But
this is the world we live in.
It was like Hillary, I don't choose you or something like that. Just a little quick video. But yeah, there were other. Oh, Yelp has added Pokestop information to all their listings. So now if you're going to a restaurant, you can be like, I don't want to go to that one. It's not a Pokestop. Let's go eat here because I can get free stuff.
We also drove past
Pokestop, 1 star.
Central and North. And we were like, are they gonna be Pokestops or gyms? And neither of them are. And we're like, that's probably smart.
Kids sitting in school catching
What'd you catch at Starbucks?
What's the final evolution of Pidgeotto or whatever?
Was it a Pokestop or no?
No, whatever the Pidgeotto, I don't remember. The final evolution of Pidgeotto. Oh, the Pidgeotto. So yeah, I've caught a good amount of Pokemon. I wanted to catch a Jigglypuff, but I haven't caught one yet. But I've caught a good amount of stuff. And I caught some actually on the ride home today that I hadn't caught yet. So yeah, Pokemon Go is crazy. Everybody's playing it, and it just keeps getting bigger. We're going to see how long people stick around. Hopefully, for a while. It's not like we haven't seen other mobile games that were a huge fad for a while and then died off quickly thereafter. Like, what was it? Draw something?
Oh yeah, and
everybody was
we
playing
forgot
that.
to mention Candy Crush.
Oh yeah, Candy Crush.
I saw like a graph and like.
Oh yeah, that's what
Candy Crush was like the second largest.
Yeah.
Next to Pokemon Go.
And now Pokemon Go is installed on more phones than Tinder is. And Pokemon Go has beaten Facebook in daily active users, as well as time spent on there. And the same for...
it's diverting traffic from Pornhub.
I don't know. Yes. Actually, it caused a rise of... It was like a rise. It caused a rise of like 150%. In Pokemon porn searches on Pornhub.
That's what it was. Okay.
Spotify saw like a 350% increase in all their Pokemon-related music.
There's Pokemon-related music?
Yeah, like the theme song and then songs from the games.
Oh, okay. I was like, how many times can you listen to the theme song?
Yeah, right. I just posted a video on the site today of some cops in San Diego that were driving down the street where people were hunting for Pokemon, and they played the Pokemon theme over their megaphone in the car.
right now in the world. There's so much crap happening.
Oh, that's what I wanted to talk about.
That's how you form bonds with the community.
Right?
It's getting close to beating Snapchat in active users, and Snapchat had the Pokemon, whatever you call it,
Filter?
live
Oh.
story where you could tag stuff and go in there. But yeah, I want to talk about that. So, whenever anything gets this big, there's always going to be people that come out and try and bash it and bash the people that are playing it and stuff like that. There's low-level stuff like, I'm not going to say stuff that isn't warranted, because there's definitely stuff worth looking into. Like Senator Al Franken wanted to talk to Niantic to make sure like the data that they're collecting isn't going to be spread out to all sorts of people that shouldn't be getting access to it and stuff like that. He's like, he was, and another senator was talking about not necessarily introducing legislation, but just having a sit down with Niantic and Nintendo and Pokemon Company and saying like, what are your safeguards for people's information and what are you doing with it and blah, 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 stuff like that. And then on the other end, there's certain religious leaders that are like, Pokemon Go is the devil, it's banned.
They're going to
and
say
stuff
everything
like
new is the devil.
The Westboro.
Well, did you
that's
hear
a
what happened
fantastic
there?
story.
I heard something.
So they, the Westboro Baptist Church, if you're not familiar with them, look them up in your own time. Chances are you're not going to like them.
I should hope that the kind of person that likes GoNintendo doesn't like Westboro Baptist Church.
Their church was a Pokemon gym.
Okay, yeah, I did.
And someone took it over with it was either a Clefairy or a Jigglypuff. And the name of the Pokemon was Love is Love or something like that. And then the church started up their own Pokemon Go account to try and fight the people. One of them was a Clefairy and one of them was a Jigglypuff, I'm pretty sure. But everybody's, battling against them to make sure that they don't have control over their own gym with messages of love and pride and stuff like that. So that's pretty cool to see.
Did you see I don't know who tweeted it out.
I apologize for all this. It's family saying they're home safe. I can't close it. Oh, and it screwed up my damn webpage. My damn webpage!
Damn wiener page.
Go ahead.
The guy, somebody tweeted out like all these people are complaining about Pokemon Go news, and he was like, because I'm not tired of hearing about sports 24/7 for my entire life.
Well, that leads me into the conversation I was just going to have right now. So, like I was saying, when things get popular, there's people that are going to poop on it and don't want to hear anything or whatever. So, I've been on Facebook a lot, and I've been seeing that people are like, I can't believe adults are playing this game. Go out and, do what you're supposed to do. Don't be a baby.
Go
all
get a
that stuff.
job.
Which, it's really disheartening to me to see that kind of stuff. You don't have to like Pokemon Go. You don't have to play Pokemon Go. You don't have to be interested in hearing about it. I completely get all that stuff. But, we're talking about millions and millions of people who are coming together and having fun and enjoying something and being happy. And like Mom Brain's saying, there's all kinds of terrible stuff going on right now. We have something good like this. And instead of people talking about all the bad stuff, they're going to latch on to Pokemon Go and say, these people shouldn't be playing it. You're wasting your time. So I posted a quote from C.S. Lewis on my Facebook page because
is my all-time favorite author.
It's a quote I always save on my phone because I really like it and I think it applies often. It's just about being worried about being an adult, and it's childish to worry about that stuff. Whatever. Go read the quote.
That
just make sure you read the full one.
His inscription in, I think, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe is to his goddaughter, who said he started writing the stories when she was like youngish, and he wrote something to the effect of like, by the time I'm finished writing these, or something about like, you're too old for fairy tales, but hopefully eventually you'll be old enough to enjoy them again, and I'll be too old and too deaf to hear, but I'll still be your affectionate, I think, uncle or godfather. It's very nice. Yeah,
that's what he said. He's like, when you're a kid, you're going to long to be an adult and, I can't wait to grow up and do this or that and the other thing. And he says that's natural when you're a kid because,
it's baloney.
Yeah, you want to get older and do that stuff.
But you
then
don't
when you're
want
an
to get
adult,
older.
when you're an adult, you have to put away those notions of thinking that things are only for children. Just enjoy stuff, and if you're not out to hurt anybody or harm anyone, then don't worry about any of that other stuff. So the thing I kept seeing on Facebook was people were posting some meme that was made, and it was like
I've seen like several different
all
ones.
these people on Facebook talking about playing Pokemon Go, and here I am being a busy adult with
many important things
to do or something like that. And all these people like it, and I'm like, does no one see? I'm sure people do, but they don't comment. I'm like, does no one see the irony in like, I don't have time to play Pokemon Go. I'm a busy adult, yet I am able to go on Facebook and find this meme about Pokemon Go, or make this meme about
Important
Pokemon
things to
Go.
do, like
Put that on
reposting
there.
memes.
Yeah, right. Like I'm like, the people that post this don't see the irony in that?
My favorite meme is presently the guy from Silence of the Lambs, and he's like,
Oh yeah,
"Sure, I think I got a
Buffalo
Pokemon in the basement."
I got some Pokemon in the basement. Rare Pokemon.
So I mean, out of all this thing, there's so much great stuff to it, but that kind of stuff just really
Like, how can
hurts
you
me.
put people down for a game that is bringing whole communities of people outside and together?
Yeah,
Like, how do you put that down?
it really has very little to do with actual maturity. There are just people who are just very insecure when it comes to things that they don't personally take interest with, and and they get very defensive about it.
Like
Things like Farmville or Bitstrips, things that were all popular on Facebook at one point, and people were just like very irritated by it. Like, how do I block this?
It's like both of you were saying. Like
I feel, excuse me, I have laundry to swap
First
over. I'm
off,
an adult.
don't. You're gonna disturb the boy.
Where are they?
He's on the tuffet.
Oh.
You have there's always sports talk on Facebook, and I'm not personally into sports, but I'm never like, God, stop talking about sports. You're wasting your time. Why are you doing this? Or like, how do I hide these posts on Facebook? Like that stuff is bringing people joy. Like they're not doing it to be assholes. And
well, I mean, they are, but like by putting down each other's teams.
Oh yes. I mean, that's a whole different part of it.
That's fine. That comes with the territory.
Yeah, they can do that all they want. But yeah, just people talking about like whatever sports game, whatever sports performance is going on.
Mm-hmm. My favorite sports performer.
Or, whatever else they're into. Somebody's talking about a band or something. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, how sad are people that they're going to go on and be like, I don't want to see this. You guys are wasting your time. This is childish. I can't believe adults are doing this, or I can't believe kids are wasting their time on this. When I used to play outside, I would go out there without a cell phone, like all kinds of stupid crap. I'm like, I don't get it. Why? And so many people like that stuff. I'm like, man, talking about Facebook being depressing. That's it. People going out there and having fun. And the people that are talking about Pokemon Go in a positive way are like, I'm out there with friends or family, or I'm out there getting exercise, or I'm out there catching stuff, or I'm, whatever it is. They're just having fun. And other people are like, I can't stand it. I can't see this stuff. It makes me so angry. Just makes me sad to think that people are like that, but that's the way of the world. So, plus it's Facebook where, everybody is much angrier. What are you doing?
It's funny. I, didn't really see a whole lot of stuff on my, Facebook feed as far as people playing the game. I didn't, the irony is when people started when the backlash started, that's when I started seeing more posts.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I saw a couple from some of our friends, and I was shocked by some of it. I was like, man, I can't believe
one or two. Everyone else seems to be cool with it.
Some of the majority of people that we're friends with in our group of friends is definitely cool with it. But just some, I was like, man, I'm really surprised they feel that strongly about it. But
it could be anything.
They could feel how they want to feel. It's just, like I said, sad to see it. But us here, we're okay with it. You guys can keep playing. All right, let's get into some top stories, which will also be Pokemon Go related.
Just look both ways before crossing the street, and don't use it to rob people.
That's the important part. Speaking of that,
hurt people.
Yes.
Pokemon Go players late at night were getting mistaken for drug dealers by a police officer. So this guy said he was at a party late at night, and everybody was like passed out, and he's like, well, Nobody's partying. I'm going to go find some Pokemon. So
We've
I
all been there.
He went one. Yeah, right. You're the last one awake at the party with nothing to do. So he wandered out into a local park and was catching some Pokemon, and he happened upon, let me get this straight, two guys sitting on a bench in the park. And he's like, what are these guys doing here? And they started talking, and they all realized they were there catching Pokemon. And then a cop showed up. And these guys happened to be African Americans. And they were like, oh, crap, we're in trouble now. But they talked to the cop, and the cop was like, what are you guys doing? They explained Pokemon Go and everything. And the whole situation ended with the cop asking them to put Pokemon Go on his phone so he could play. So it actually ended nicely.
My friend Patrick posted on Facebook, he works in like residence life, I think, on a college campus. And he got an email from like, you know, whoever is in charge. And it was like, Pokemon Go, this is what it is. This is what like you should be aware of. Just like letting people know that they should expect people to be like out walking around looking kind of like weird or like acting strangely. Because on a college campus, who knows what
that's true.
the kids are doing.
Just like
smoking the marijuana.
I posted up a story about the UK retailer Asda, which is kind of like our Walmart but nicer, and they put up
it's not hard to be nice.
They put up a whole list of guidelines saying like you are more than welcome to play Pokemon Go here, and it was like if you catch a Pikachu, it said let us know and we'll announce it to everybody over the loudspeaker. But they're like, you know, while you're playing, just make sure you're not bumping into other people's carts and you're not ignoring your own cart and, you know, letting people get into it, blah, blah, blah. I think that's the right way to handle it. Top rated comment comes from Chef, and he has a great comment. He says, #Weedles, not needles. Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, we should get that turned.
What else we got here? This iPad's acting a little wonky.
What's with the wonky?
What time? I gotta skip that one for now. We talked about Tinder already, so we don't need to do that. I also talked about
Grindr.
No, I also talked about Nintendo stock. It was like over 5 years, close to 6-year high with Pokemon Go, and it continues growing. Nintendo also saw their best one-day stock move since 1983. So they had a huge jump in stock when this thing first took off, and that's the biggest jump that they've seen all the way since 1983. And as has been pointed out multiple times, Nintendo is the one making the least amount of money from it because Apple takes their cut, then Niantic is the developer, and they take their cut. Pokemon Company obviously takes their cut, and then Nintendo. So Nintendo is making money, obviously, but you know, people associate Pokemon with Nintendo because that's the only platforms it's been on besides cell phone. So Nintendo is definitely seeing a boost from it as far as bank goes, but then the gains on their stock are fantastic for them too. First comment comes from XC Warrior, and he says, Nintendo's doing some excellent whale hunting. They'll be on the extinction list in no time. The whales, not Nintendo, as they remembered how to make money. Whales are the term for mobile players that spend a lot of money. And later in this week, we actually found out that most mobile games make their money off of whales. So a small group of players have spent a large amount of money. And Nintendo's goal with mobile, which Iwata said when he was alive, was to create games on mobile that had a lot of players spending just a little bit. And that's actually what's happening with Pokemon Go. There's a ton of players that are spending money on the game, but they're only spending a little bit. So that's nice to see. And then there's us who aren't spending any money on it. Are you catching Pokemon here? Is that what's going on?
Yeah.
Yeah. North America, Europe, I'm sorry, this week's downloads. What did Wii U and 3DS get? They got Monster Hunter Generations. That's finally available on the 3DS. Also, Disney Art Academy, which teaches you how to draw Disney characters, as well as Pixar characters. Journey to Crisia, which is a RPG on the 3DS. It's from Kemco. I believe it was on mobile first. Fire Emblem Fates Witch's Trial DLC is available. There's also multiple themes available for the 3DS, and all of them are Monster Hunter Generations related. So you can get specific themes for monsters like Gammoth, Astalos, Jesus Christ, Mizutsune, Felines, a standard theme, and Glavenus, you know, all your favorites. On new 3DS only, you get Mega Man 7, the Super Nintendo game, as well as Mega Man X, the Super Nintendo game. Again, those are only new 3DS. So if you have a new 3DS or a new 3DS XL, you can download those on the Virtual Console. Wii U got Tumblestone, which is an original action puzzle game. Bit Dungeon Plus, which actually looks pretty damn cool. Nintendo's got some footage of it on his YouTube channel. Bit Dungeon Plus is a 2-player action roguelike endless adventure, and obviously it has like an old 8-bit look to it. Dracula's Legacy is available, which is also a game Nintendo has on his YouTube channel, so you can check that out. And today we just posted up footage of Hurry Up Bird Hunter, which looks terrible. No. Hurry up, time flies. Hunt as many birds as possible before the time runs out, with several different types of objectives. You are given a unique and challenging variety from start to finish. Look, aim, and fire. Feel like a real hunter thanks to the precision of the Wii Remote and Wii Zapper. It is also compatible with the Wii U gamepad, and it supports off-TV mode. Jackpot 777 is available on Wii U, which is slot machine stuff. Star Fox Guard has a special demo version for free. Star Fox Zero, The Battle Begins, plus Training. That's an animated short film that is available to watch for free if you didn't see it the first time. And then a whole bunch of special offers. Top comment, or let's see, first comment comes from the Maxa Geek, and he says, "Those are some cool discounts. We'll have to check them if we get them, and I'll show you." Yeah, you know, obviously every week there's discounts, but there are some actually. Wow, there's some really good ones. Maybe I should read these. Wow,
I didn't realize it until just now.
Let's see, good games that are discounted: Ollie Ollie, Tap and Go 2, The Legend of Dark Witch 2, Witch and Hero 2. Guacamelee, Stealth Inc. 2, The Swapper, Thomas Was Alone, and that's not all the games. There's some other ones in there too, but those are just off the top of my head some excellent ones. So I talked about Pokemon music on Spotify, but here's the specifics. The Pokemon theme, Gotta Catch 'Em All, has increased more than 360% in the past week alone, and Pokemon music streaming in general has more than tripled. And there are more than 190,000 playlists with Pokemon in the title, and 53,000 playlists titled Pikachu. Your top 5 Pokemon songs on Spotify are the Pokemon theme, the Poke Rap, of course, Pokemon Johto, so the theme to that portion of the anime.
Sorry to interrupt. Did you see that one? I guess it was a Vine video where they do the Poke Rap, but all the Pokemon have the wrong names. They're all just like made up words.
No,
like I don't know. One of them was named like Creamy Pete, but it was Caterpie.
That's the only Vine I saw recently about Pokemon was a guy, and it's like, who's that Pokemon? And it's like, I don't know who it is. It doesn't matter. Let's say Ditto, and the guy goes, "It's Pikachu." And
yeah,
Ditto comes over and he goes, "Oh."
I'll show you the Poke Rap later.
Go Pokemon Go, and I Want to Be a Hero. Those are your top 5 Pokemon songs on Spotify. And that was a few days ago, so I'm sure it's only gotten bigger since then. First comment comes from G-Man, sir, and he says, those are...
Well, he already said that.
Yes, he says the same thing here that he said in the last post about discounts, but I don't know if he's doing that on purpose as a joke, or if it was by accident.
He's just copying and pasting.
We had Pokemon Go download data and how much money it's made, but that's gone up so much since we posted it.
As a wild Zubat appeared.
Where is he?
Pokemon Go has become the fastest game ever to reach #1 on the mobile revenue charts. That's on iOS and Android. It hit the position on that chart in less than a day on iOS and less than 4 days on Android. The previous record holder was Clash Royale, which took 2 days on iOS and 7 days on Google Play. So, no surprise there. And now it's made so much more money since then.
They
were saying something like it was making 1.4 million a day. First comment or top rated comment comes from Hammer, and he says, RMC uses the best GIFs. Yeah, I've really been trying to put some excellent GIFs with this stuff. And people have been commenting on Twitter saying that it's been amazing. So
Oh,
Thank you. I've been trying my best.
Did you get him?
Got him.
Nice job.
Pokemon Sun and Moon had 2 new Pokemon announced in the latest issue of Koro Koro. And Kitaruguma, sure. It's like a big stupid bear thing. And then one of the best Pokemon I've seen in a long time. Mimikyu is a new Pokemon, and you'll see why it's called Mimikyu. It's pretending to be Pikachu, but in a really crappy costume. Come on, Brain. Mimikyu over here.
Oh, huge.
His face is drawn on.
So those 2 are announced, and Mimikyu has been a part of all kinds of fan art since it was revealed. It seems like fans are really into that one. Top-rated comment, or first comment, comes from Guy Bonds. And he says, an odd Wobbuffet Ditto Pikachu hybrid? I like it. Edit. The bear one is normal fighting, and the other is Ghost Fairy. Ghost Fairy is a pretty good combination as far as weaknesses are concerned. And there will be many more Pokemon revealed, but, you know, at a later date. We talked about this too. Pornhub sees a large spike in Pokemon searches after Pokemon Go's success. Since July 6th, and this was reported on July 12th, they saw an increase of 136% in Pokemon-related porn searches. Countries in Central and South America are proportionately the most likely to search for Pokemon. And if you're wondering, Bolivia is the one that's searching for Pokemon porn the most. Men are 62% more likely to search for Pokemon-related porn than women. And Android users are 51% more likely to search for Pokemon porn. And the age group 18 to 24 are 336% more likely to search for Pokemon porn. So I'm happy you're enjoying Pokemon Go and also finding other interesting things to do on your phone. Really enjoying it. Just imagine someone going out, catching a Pokemon and being like, man, that is a sexy Pokemon.
Yeah, right?
Hey, to each their own. I don't care. Mike in Television says, that sounds like a Rule 34 situation. You know it, my friend. Definitely. Yeah, I can't imagine what kind of Pokemon porn is on Pornhub.
Oh, you can't?
But if you're looking for Pokemon porn, I would imagine the knowledgeable user would look for Rule 34. Pokemon Go becomes the biggest mobile game in U.S. history, beating out the previous holder, Candy Crush Saga. And before that was Draw Something, and before that was Clash Royale, and before that was Slither.io. So Pokemon Go took the title. Could Pokemon Go overtake Maps, as in Google Maps, and Snapchat? Daily active users on Android show Pokemon Go well on its way to beating out Google Maps and Snapchat, but it already beat out Twitter and Candy Crush Saga. I remember this was earlier in the week, so it's only become more available in more places since then, and people are really, the retention rate is really high for the game. G-Man Sir says it's because it has no days. Oh, wait. PC isn't here anymore. No, she's not. But I'll make sure she gets your Daisy hatred. Don't worry. So this isn't confirmed yet, but there's been a lot of evidence that it's actually happening. I'd say it's pretty much a lock right now. Just hasn't been officially announced. Someone went pouring through Pokemon Go's source code to see what else was hidden in there, and it popped up that Pokemon and McDonald's may be teaming up on a Pokemon Go related project, which would turn every McDonald's location into a Pokemon gym or a Pokestop. So you'd be able to go there and get some goodies as well as battle other people. Pokemon Company and McDonald's have worked together in the past multiple times. And it also seems like this is going to happen somewhere in Asia. So not surprisingly, Japan would be the most likely because Japanese McDonald's locations have done a lot of stuff with Pokemon over the years. So when the game launches in Japan, because it still hasn't, it wouldn't be surprising to see all McDonald's locations there become Pokestops or something like that. And again, with the game and how big it is, I'm sure similar things are going to happen around the world. First comment comes from Thy Dungeon Man, and he says, can't be burning too many calories now, can we? Yeah, you lose all your weight playing Pokemon Go and gain it back at McDonald's. As I said, A study has shown that mobile users are spending more time on Pokemon Go than Facebook. Let me zoom in on this.
Let me zoom in.
So here's the daily time spent in Pokemon Go by the average iOS user. Slither.io has about 10 minutes of time. Instagram, people spend about 15 minutes of time. Twitter, 17 minutes. Snapchat, 18 minutes. Facebook, 22 minutes. Pokemon Go, average user on iOS is spending 33 minutes and 25 seconds playing the game. So, yeah, there's no other app that's taking up people's time more than that, because Facebook is going to be the next closest, and that's it. So there's no other app where people are spending that much time in solid blocks. And like I said, we've heard reports of that going on for hours, too. First comment comes from Guy Bonds, and he says, now this is the fruition of Nintendo's usual statement that they are competing with anything that we spend our free time on. Yes, very true. And right now, they're winning. It's not going to be like that forever, so let's enjoy it while it's going on. This was a top story that came out this week that has nothing to do with Pokemon.
What?
Nintendo announced the NES Mini.
Oh, right.
The NES is coming back in stores in some form. The Mini NES Classic Edition is available on November 11th. So this sucker fits in the palm of your hands. Looks like an old school NES. It doesn't play NES cartridges. It does support original NES controllers. And it includes 30 games on it. So you won't be able to download more games. You will only be able to play these 30 games, but these 30 games are in their original form. And it also supports save states. So you're getting an NES that supports old controllers, and you can buy a new one as well if you want. It has 30 games on it. It has save states, and you're getting all this for $60. So that's a pretty sweet deal. With all the nostalgia going on right now, it's definitely, it would be a big hit anyway, but it seems like it's coming at it, or it's being talked about at just the right time.
And
so
they have like new controllers available for it?
Yeah, you'll be able to buy like a new NES controller. Crazy, right?
Yeah.
What a time to be alive. So the games included are Balloon Fight, Bubble Bobble, Castlevania, Castlevania 2, Donkey Kong Jr., Double Dragon 2, Dr. Mario, Excite Bike, Final Fantasy, Galaga, Ghosts and Goblins, Gradius, Ice Climber, Kid Icarus, Kirby's Adventure, Mario Brothers, Mega Man 2, Metroid, Ninja Gaiden, Pac-Man, Punch-Out featuring Mr. Dream, Star Tropics, Super C, Super Mario Brothers 1, 2, and 3, Tecmo Bowl, Legend of Zelda, and Zelda 2. So excellent group of games in there. Those group of games alone are worth the $60. Like that, they're not screwing you over on games. Hold on one second. I gotta answer this text.
All right.
Yeah. It's family related, and I can't let it hang because they'll think we're dead. Okay. Jesus Christ. 8 family text messages. Get off my dick, family. So that comes out November 11th.
That's shitty.
It's a joke. It's a joke.
They love us and want to make sure we're okay.
I said it's a joke. So I've had quite a lot of people, A, tell me they're going to get this. B, ask me if it was real. So I reached out into parts of the internet where video games aren't normally talked about, and people got in touch with me, and they're like, is this thing real? Is this actually coming out? And I'm like, yes, sir.
Yeah, it does kind of seem like something they would, people would have as like an April Fool's.
Yeah, exactly. Lazy Sprite has a top-rated comment, and he says, even more of a reason to dive into it, kiddo. It's got to be a reference to something. It's over my head. God damn it.
Kiddo.
North America, this week's downloads. What did North America get? We got Monster Hunter Generations. We also got 7th Dragon 3 Code VFD, which is published by Sega. You're thinking to be Atlas, but it's Sega. Tumblestone. Also, we got the launch of TurboGrafx 16 games on the Wii U Virtual Console, which is a trio of games: Bonk's Adventure, New Adventure Island, and R-Type. 3 excellent games. Yeah. 3 excellent. If you guys haven't played any Bonk games, get Bonk's Adventure. There's something about Bonk.
I enjoy the Bonk games.
Yeah, it's, I don't know how to put it. Like, Mario's Mario. Like, it feels like Mario. It's a fun game. Sonic is like, Sonic's like, in your face, fast speed. Bonk is like, I want to say like subdued.
Yeah, it's
Like it's got like a mood to it.
It's a little more like laid back than Mario or Sonic.
Yeah, there's just something about the mood of the game that I like. Yeah, it's like
maybe because you can like make him float in the air by like spinning around.
It's just like quirky, maybe is the word I'm looking for.
Oh god, yeah. I mean, if I had to sum up like the TurboGrafx 16 in general, because like so many of the games on that system were put out by Hudson Soft.
Yeah,
and they were all like very, very Japanese, very bizarre sense of humor.
I didn't play any of the Bonk games until they came out on Virtual Console because I never had a TurboGrafx, and I
played Super Bonk because that was like ported to the Super.
That's Nintendo. Right. Yeah, I didn't play it on there either. The only one I kind of played was through Toys R Us, and it was Air Zonk.
Oh yeah, I like Air Zonk too.
Yeah, not a bad game, just completely different from the other ones. But yeah, check that out if you haven't. Virtual Console on 3DS got Final Fight. We also have eShop sales on Ali, Nova 111, and other games from Curve Digital. We also have a sale on Guacamelee. All great games if you haven't played those. Azure Striker Gunvolt is 33% off, and I'm in heaven about all the Azure Striker Gunvolt news. The first game has sold 170,000 copies, which is fantastic for a download game, especially a new IP download game that's only available. It was on, Steam and 3DS, and that was it. The sequel's coming out. They're doing a retail package in the States that's going to be the first game and the second game on a physical cartridge, and it's being published by Yacht Club, or you can still get the digital version. And they're also doing an anime of Azure Striker Gunvolt, so all kinds of awesome stuff going on there. Again, if you love Mega Man, play Azure Striker Gunvolt. If you're disappointed by Mighty No. 9, play Azure Striker Gunvolt. You'll be very happy with it. New themes on the 3DS include all the Monster Hunter themes that we already talked about for Europe. And then also new this week on 3DS is Journey to Crescia, and Wii U got Chroma Blast, Jackpot 777, and Reptilian Rebellion. So some good things this week. First comment comes from Psycho Duck, and he says, "Whoa, what happened to the 3 home menu themes per game rule Nintendo seemed to have?" Well, the all ID holler. I wonder if anybody knows why we say that. Talking about jokes that are 20 years old now or something.
At least, the all ID
holler. Pokemon Go has overtaken Pandora, Netflix, and Google Hangouts, as well as Spotify in U.S. daily use. So more on top of what we already talked about. So here's your daily usage charts that are currently installed on users' phones. So it's beating out Candy Crush, Viber, which I've never even heard of, LinkedIn, Clash of Clans, ESPN, whatever the fart funny is, iFunny, Lyft, the call the car app, Musical.ly, and Tinder. So there's even more things that Pokemon Go has beaten out. When it comes to using your phone, it's clear that capturing Pokemon is paramount. XC Warrior says, another week like this, Nintendo can just cancel the NX. They won't need it. They can take over the world of Pokemon Go once everyone installs the game. I saw 25 or so people playing it while I was out running last night at a national park. 20 to 25 more out on the streets on the way home because you can tell what people are doing with their phones. Pokemon Go is taking over the world. Boy, is that true. What do we got here? Yeah, this stuff is interesting. I'll tell you. There's more analytics on Pokemon Go. I found this stuff quite interesting. So this company analyzed the discussion of Pokemon on social media. And, there's always a discussion of Pokemon. It's always there. People talk about Sun and Moon and stuff like that. But when at E3 2016, Nintendo said that Pokemon Go was launching soon, that caused a rise in Pokemon discussions of almost 2,900%. And then the U.S. release of the game, it just skyrocketed on top of that. It's literally just a line straight upwards from that. Let's check out this infographic. Mom Brain.
Yes, dear.
44% are Team Valor, 41% are Team Mystic, and 15% are Team Instinct.
That's why I picked Instinct.
Only 15%.
Yep.
More than 10% of Pokemon Go players admit to trespassing to catch a Pokemon. 16%.
Did you see Maria Calvidi's post on Facebook? She had to like get a drunk person out of her yard. She let her dog out, and there was a drunk girl in her backyard catching Pokemon.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
16% of trainers say they play for 4 hours or more a day, and 4% of trainers say they have been pulled over by police while playing the game. Don't play it if you're driving.
Please.
And 21% of trainers would rather play Pokemon Go than have sex.
Mm-hmm.
Because the one thing you won't catch with Pokemon Go is an STD.
And I read on Reddit last night that gonorrhea is becoming incurable. It's like resistant to the antibiotics they use.
Oh boy.
So folks, don't get gonorrhea.
Trespass. Okay. Average amount of weight loss that people have tracked while playing Pokemon Go is 3.2 pounds. So that's in almost 2 weeks. 44% of trainers said they visited a historical landmark for the first time because of the game. And 24% said they have visited a religious institution for the first time. 35% said they've never played any kind of Pokemon game before, ever. That's a huge number. 35%.
Oh, yeah.
That's a lot. 18% of trainers said they would be embarrassed to tell their friends that they played. 22% said they would be embarrassed to tell their family. 38% said they would be embarrassed to tell their boss.
Why would you have to tell your boss?
Yeah, right. Come in and tell me what you're doing with your free time. And up to 85% of trainers have played while driving a car. Up to 85% have played while driving a car. So 85% have played while driving a car. 4% have been pulled over for it. So I guess people are really good drivers.
They're getting better at it, apparently.
Get somebody to drive you around if you're going to do that. Don't drive yourself. And then 6.4 says, what is the source for this data? I thought I put the source. Maybe I was wrong. They emailed me the press release. Isn't it on the thing? If it would open, I could tell you. I'm sorry. I'll go in and update it with the source just in case it's not there. I thought I did. But yes, it was an analytics firm that got in touch with me. We have some early MPD details since MPD numbers are coming out next week. I don't know why, but Nintendo put out stuff early. They say for the month of June, they saw a 39% increase in the 3DS sales. So that's the whole family of 3DS. Kirby Planet Robobot and Rhythm Heaven Megamix performed well. That's all Nintendo said. Well, they got more specific. Kirby Planet Robobot hit number 4 on the NPD's retail chart. So when we see it next week, Kirby should be number 4. And Rhythm Heaven Megamix is not going to be part of MPD because it's only digital, at least in the States. They say that game was at the top of the eShop charts for almost a month. And then we also hit another milestone in the U.S. for Smash Brothers. Smash Brothers Wii U has hit 3 million sold in the U.S. alone, and Smash Brothers 3DS has hit 2 million in the U.S. alone. So we'll have more specifics on the MPD, the full MPD top 10 next week. But Nintendo gave you a little teaser, which is odd because they don't usually put that stuff out there. The Ninja Dillo says, good to see Rhythm Heaven getting the attention it deserves. Yes, I agree. Very deserving franchise, deserving of your time and money. And we talked about stock. Okay, that's it. We're done. That's all. Kirby, what have you been playing?
Nothing really. I played maybe a little Hearthstone this week, but that was about it.
Okay. Wait, already heard how your Pokemon Go?
Yeah, I'll probably play it eventually, I promise.
Mom Brain.
Pokemon Go.
Tell us about it.
I have sincerely enjoyed it. Well, here's the thing. I usually do most of the driving, so Raw Meat has been able to really enjoy it as a passenger.
I played it very little today.
Whereas I was doing a lot of driving. I hatched a Pokemon on a run, so that was pretty great.
Yeah, the game knows, so you have to put an egg in an incubator. If you get an egg somewhere, you put it in an incubator, and you have a certain amount of miles you have to walk/run to hatch it.
Kilometers, actually.
Okay, they use the...
So if you're in a car, it won't hatch because you're obviously going too fast.
Right.
But people have found ways to cheat it, like, for example, hooking it up to your ceiling fan, like tying it to your ceiling fan. Or
putting your phone in the microwave.
Someone put it on a turntable and that was enough movement for it to pick
yeah.
up. But anyway.
You quit the IRC.
God damn it.
So I look forward to, well, I tried using it like to catch Pokemon on a run the other day, but it sucked because then you can't get a run in.
Mhm.
So, it's something that would just be better used like walking around. I think it'd be great in a place like New Hope or, somewhere where you can just like stroll and stop and catch Pokemon.
Luigi GBA says, phone in the microwave. Does that work? Well, it does something.
No, don't do that, please.
No, you have an incubator. You don't have to buy one. You have one. I think it's in, where do you find the incubator?
Everybody has one automatically.
I know. Where is it?
I think you click on Pokemon, and then you click the tab that says eggs, and then you can get to your incubator from there.
Here's another thing that is, I don't know, bears discussion. There's like absolutely zero instruction on how to use this game. Like, right? If there is, I don't know where to find it. So you're just like relying on what people are figuring out or saying.
I think it could do with a little more explanation, but I also think that's part of the fun too.
I agree. But there's stuff like you can like reuse a Pokeball if you.
Little stuff that you find out on your own, or somebody online.
That's how games used to be, right?
Somebody online said it exactly like that. They said, I feel like part of it brings back the early days when Pokemon first came out, when people were like, I caught a weird Pokemon. There's a Pokemon hidden underneath this truck, and like there's this glitch that lets you get this like that kind of stuff. Like
and it also builds the community.
Vibe.
Like there's community in that. So I can't complain, but it's been interesting. What else? I think it's fun. I haven't really, because really as far as I've walked, I mean, I went on some runs on vacation, but I walked to the beach and back. Like I haven't like seen on my map, like, oh, there's Pokemon over there. Let me go there yet. So I'm looking forward to trying that out.
That's what I was saying. The kids on vacation were doing that. If they saw stuff down on the beach, they would go to the beach.
And it was a safe place for them to do that because it's a safe area.
So what did I play this week? I played Pokemon Go, obviously, and that took up most of my time when I was playing, but I was mostly busy on the site. But I brought my systems down. I brought my Wii U and my PS4 down to North Carolina because there's a lot of kids down there that play games and I want to check stuff out. So I watched people play stuff.
As did I.
I watched one cousin started and finished Firewatch, so I watched that again. One was playing Uncharted 4, so I saw that. There's a lot of Mario Kart 8 being played. Someone played Fury. Have you tried Fury? Did you download Fury? You're a PlayStation Plus member, right?
No, I'm not.
Oh, no.
Sorry.
I was going to say it's free for you, but it's not if you're not PlayStation Plus. Do you know anything about Fury?
I don't. Please
Fury, I've been really waiting for it. So it's a game that's all boss battles. Like long, grueling, intense boss battles. Mm-hmm. It's kind of like No More Heroes in that regard, but they're drawn out way more. Very like quick twitch responses needed, like really intense stuff. And it's got like a soundtrack that brings together something like 12 different electronic artists. It's got an awesome soundtrack. Music that gets you like going, like lots of heavy bass and stuff like that. It's a lot of fun. It's really cool. And it's got a cel-shaded style. So I was playing that before I left, but I haven't had the chance to get back into it. I was just watching my cousin play, and then he got past where I was, so I stopped watching because I didn't want it spoiled for me. And is that it? Oh, no, that's not it. My cousins finished up Life is Strange. They had been playing it at my house, but only, when they came over to visit. So they got all the way up to the beginning of Chapter 4. And while we were in North Carolina, they finished 4 and finished 5 as well. And there were some tears shed, and there were some screams, and there was some disbelief. But they all liked it. They all really liked it. 3 of them were playing it together, so they would all discuss. One was controlling. but all three would discuss the decisions and the dialogue options that they would pick and stuff like that. So it was really cool to see them work through that. So yeah, it was mostly watching games for me this week and working on the site because all the Pokemon Go stuff. But that's fine with me. I like seeing people experience games.
A lot of family was watching Firewatch.
Yeah.
Like a lot.
A lot of them got into it. Yeah, they were really enjoying it. Obviously, because it's so story-based, I guess. Plus, it wasn't, well, some family were very against the cursing that were in it, but, we didn't care. The older generation, a couple of the older generation were upset by all the F-bombs that are being dropped. But,
ants. It wasn't even, it was just ants.
But, it wasn't like they were like, turn it off or anything like that. Just
they were like, oh, that's horrible. Listen to her. That's terrible.
Well, whatever. So, yeah, there was lots of game stuff going on, just not much playing for me. And that's it.
Yeah.
We're done.
We're done.
Pokemon Go's taking over the world. Next week, we're going to talk about Pokemon Go, and probably for many weeks to come, we'll talk about Pokemon Go. Hey, remember, if you're out there playing, be safe. Don't play while driving. Pay attention wherever you are when you are playing. Don't go anywhere like late at night that you've never been before.
Number one, I care about your safety. Very much. I don't want anybody getting hurt. Number two, please don't make the gaming community look bad by breaking rules or doing something dumb. We have enough bad stereotypes to shed. Please don't make any more or give people reason to not like us. Please.
I don't think many people are.
I know, but
there's always the bad eggs.
And I can't imagine that GoNintendo people would do any of that stuff, but just let's do the best
we didn't
we
even
can.
We mentioned that real quickly, or I said it real quickly in the beginning. Yeah, within the course of 1 week of Pokemon Go being available, 2 people found 2 dead bodies in 2 different bodies of water. How crazy is that?
Oh, yeah.
Both were on the lookout for water-related Pokemon and ended up finding dead bodies.
Who knows? Maybe it'll change from runners are always the one that finds the bodies
It's Pokemon Go.
to
Hey,
Pokemon
kid.
goers.
Want to see a dead body?
And one was a trespasser and one was not. And the one that was a trespasser said she did not find the Pokemon she was looking for. She got too frightened when she found a dead body. Good reason, I guess.
Yeah.
All right, that's it. Chat's acting wonky on me, so I guess I'm not going to chat. But thank you for watching and thank you for listening. And, our After North Carolina show last year was a real train wreck. This one, I think it was fun.
Somebody was commenting that we seem to be in better shape today than in past years.
I don't know why, but I think we did
I've
okay
got
today.
2 cold brews in me.
There's none left, right?
No, I mean, this is it. I don't know that I can finish it. I'm like, woo! I decided to try to get raw
Tastes
meat.
like burnt pretzels.
We'll talk about it after the podcast.
Okay, yeah,
all
we'll
taste
still
like
be
burnt
here after the
pretzels.
podcast for the short after show while I export. But that's it. See you next week. Have a great weekend.
Goodbye,
Play
everybody.
safely. We'll see you later. Goodbye.
Bye.
All right, go ahead.
So he's like wants to like coffee, and he's always like on the lookout.
I don't know that I want to like coffee. I want to keep trying coffee, and maybe I'll find one I like.
So I think I've had Starbucks cold brew and I've had Dunkin' Donuts cold brew, and I prefer Starbucks cold brew, but Dunkin' Donuts cold brew is much smoother.
Hmm.
And I thought, well, that might be something I can get him to like a cold brew with cream and a lot of sugar, because it's kind of smoother. So we stopped at Starbucks to pee on our way home in Pennington, and I wanted one for me, and I got one for him, and I got me a venti and him a grande. Mine I got black because I like cold brew black, and him I got with lots of cream and sugar syrup, and he hated it.
I tasted it, and I was like, tastes like burnt pretzels. Like, it just tastes
So
like...
he's like, I don't know how you could say this is sweet, and so I gave him my black one, and I was like, well, taste this.
I had the perfect description for the way her coffee tasted. It tasted like licking the outside of an aspirin. That's what it tasted like to me. It literally tasted like a piece of medicine.
Piece of it.
Like a tablet, a pill. Like it tasted like the coating on the outside of an aspirin.
All right.
I'm not convinced that that's not what it is. Maybe there's a coffee out
He's
there
like,
somewhere.
This tastes like something I shouldn't be eating.
Yes. It tastes like something you find like in Grandpa's tool shed.
Linked Triforce has a point. a white chocolate mocha, he might.
It's gonna take a lot of sugar.
Well, how about what about like a white chocolate mocha with like 1 shot in it instead of 2?
Yeah, maybe.
Where do you get that? Starbucks?
Mm-hmm.
Well, maybe next time.
Maybe I'll take you today to get
I'll
one.
keep trying. Oh, yes, I have to mention something about that to you. All right, that's it. Show's just about done exporting. We'll have a more regular on-time show next week, and I'm sure, like I said, more Pokemon Go talk. But thanks for joining us for this late show today, and we will see you next week. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.